Hey everybody, JBuzzsaw79, just doing a quick update video here. Only because I got a phone call today at work from a friend of mine, Stan here, who you've perhaps heard me refer to in some other videos. Him and me do a lot of gaming together. He sent me a text and said I should be looking, they're putting up a new X-Wing FAQ. I have it downloaded here on the phone. I just wanted to touch base and talk about it quickly. It says that this is version 4.4 effective November 6th of this year. The big first thing that I saw that was pointed out, and I read up on here, it is for the advanced slam modification, mainly on the K-Wing, and then we'll be on the gunboat obviously when that comes to us. It says this card now reads, at performing a slam action, if you do not overlap an obstacle or another ship, you may perform a free action on your action bar. So to me, basically what they've done is kind of push the K-Wing into place with that of like the X7 title for the Defender, where if you're not flying correctly, trying to avoid stuff, you're not getting any benefit from it. So the whole thing with that then comes down to people that are basically slamming into stuff and dropping, bombs or whatever, because of the slam action. Can't do that anymore. So I understand it. It makes perfect sense to me. Not really a nerf to me. I feel like it's just kind of bringing everything within line with what they've already established. So next one is the Otani Mind Link. Basically, they've added the following text to that card saying limit of 2 per squad. I have mixed feelings on this because out of all the cards that Scum have that I think are obtusely broken, the Mind Link is the one to me that's not so bad. I think rather than saying the 2 per, that they should say that if a token or whatever is given from the Mind Link, that no more than 1 focus token can be on a ship. Something to that effect. Because if you're at it, I think you might as well leave it so all the ships can still use it, but they can only benefit from having 1 focus token on it. So that way, one ship comes in, he does the focus, and then the rest of them do target locks, evades, whatever. So I don't necessarily agree with or like that as part of this errata that's coming here. The next one they've done is Genius. It says this card should read, after you reveal and execute a maneuver, if you did not overlap a ship, you may discard one of your equipped bomb cards without the action header to drop the corresponding bomb token. So that's a big change there. I just think what happened was when they released the bomb generator, and I don't know, maybe it's, some people tell me it's poor playtesting. I tend to think that it's not necessarily poor game testing. I think that perhaps they haven't considered what all can be done with certain cards, and even if they have, that just like any good company, FFG says, hell with it, we're going to make some money on this. So they've now changed him as well. It's not so bad. I mean, it's definitely a nerf, I think, for him. But it was the fact that you drop whenever you want to drop, and there's nothing nobody can do. So I think they're just trying to dial in the reins a bit here. The next one is definitely a nerf for everybody that's been flying. I've been talking about how Wave 1 ship still exists in the meta. How crazy is it that a Wave 1 ship still exists? This game is so great. Except now he's going to have his balls cut off. And what I mean by that is Biggs will now read, once per game at the start of the combat phase, you may choose that until the end of the round, other friendly ships at range 1 cannot be targeted by attacks if the attacker can target you instead. So basically, Big's ability still is there, except you can only pop it once per game to protect something else, which I understand it. You don't know about the ones per game. Really, bigs usually only bought you comfortably 2 to 3 rounds of concentrated fire, sometimes even less. Um, so the problem I think is with the fair weather thing with Rex, bigs, Lowrick, and Pava, like you just sit on bigs and then just plink kind of like that. So I think really what happened was people were pissed off because you have to go through bigs and they kind of stalled out a bit. So the best way to do that is obviously a once per game. Now, on the flip side of that, you will never see bigs again because nobody will play him. Why? There's a hell of a lot better freaking X-Wing pilots. Unless, of course, the only thing I can think of is they're setting up for a title, not necessarily something to fix his ability per se, but they want to come out with, to me, a veterans pack kind of thing for the Rebels. And one of the big problems everybody had with that is, well, you can't change the X-Wings and help the T-65s unless, of course, you do something to Biggs. Like make a title that Biggs couldn't use, for example, is one suggestion I read. And with this, now making him once per game, it makes him tone down, but I think they might have turned that down too much. I think that I hope that they exhausted all their thoughts before they actually came out with this particular errata on Biggs. I see both sides, but I also think that it kind of handicaps. I think that it should have made the title. So, for example, it would be PS6 or higher pilots. But I think that's what they're setting up for. Hopefully, they're doing a Rebel veterans kind of pack where it helps the T-65 then and the E-Wing, because those really are the worst two Rebel ships, in my opinion. So, they've tried to do stuff with the other ships now, and those are the two that nobody uses. Some new E-Wing pilots would be awesome. So, the final one I have here that we were looking at was, this is for the Jumpmaster 5000, and it says the upgrade bars lose 2 torpedo and the salvage astromech icon. So, what does that leave left? Well, I'm trying to zoom in a little bit here so I can get a better picture of what's left. Sorry, after you remove those. Okay, I can't get a better shot of it. But the point is, it's what you have, depending on what ship it is, obviously. They all have UPT. So there's that, I guess. Crew and the illicit title, or illicit slot. Sorry. I think they should have pulled off only one torpedo, personally. I don't know why they pulled off both. And it makes no sense to me, first of all. If you did pull off both for trying to stop it being a torpedo thing, I guess, then to me you should have left the salvage mech. But I think perhaps the only thing I can come up with is they didn't want to let people have those speed 3s, I suppose. But really that means the only ship that really wants that is now TLTY wings. Screw everything else. So that, to me, is stupid. But I guess, again, I guess there's a big one for me is that if you're looking at like Dengar and you want to trick them out to be like a mini Han Falcon, they should have left one torpedo on and then like removed the salvage mech. Sorry, I was caught up for a moment. Because what that would do is, if you look at the Falcon has 2 crew, a missile, and an EPT. So what you're gonna do now is pay the 12 points to get a 1 dice attack on the frickin' turret. Unless, of course, and I should double check first. Maybe they're gonna limit the turret in some way that I don't know about. Change the turret. Let me apologize. I didn't think to check that beforehand. Sorry, I'm looking through the page now. Right, taking a valuable time. Well, anyway, regardless, I guess it's not loading very fast on the phone now. Well, anyway, that would be. Well, I would think that if they should either drop the point cost. Oh, no, I got stuff coming up. So I'm trying to find the stupid title. Well, anyway, I gotta stop because I'm just taking up extra time now at this point. But yeah, so here's my thing. Just my quick thoughts on these particular things. Let me know what you all think. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Thumbs down if you did not. Any other thoughts you might have out there? Any questions, comments, anything at all you want to throw back at me? Let me know. So, this is J Buzzsaw79 saying thanks for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I very much appreciate that. And I'll see you later with more X-Wing builds coming your way after this crazy changes coming up here in the month of November. Thanks for watching.